Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We are on our way to talk to Hulda as well as Thorkel. Not sure who you are. Looks like you're training people. I did notice this bag, apparently loot from the battle we forgot to pick up, so that's cool that those hang around. What's your deal? A small group of young men and women from the outlying farms are practicing in Alvard's old training ring. Guess we'll watch them. Their enthusiasm is great, but the teaching leaves much to be desired. Your herd could certainly teach them a thing or two. Mind if I join you? The war stops, and they all turn to look at you. The oldest one, who you recognize as Adis's youngest son, answers, "We would be honored." Youngest kid, a girl from one of the most distant areas in your Skipfreda, nearly jumps with excitement. "Oh yes, Thane's people against the rest of us." Oh, okay. Let's make sure to turn on non-lethal. I don't think we would I think the game would intentionally keep them alive. We have no victory conditions, but I don't want to murder a bunch of children. For obvious reasons. Let's see. Put ourselves into some cover over here. Probably same thing with Kettle. I don't really know you, Roskva. So you... Deathblow looks like it's a dagger skill, I think. Launches mushroom that explodes into a cloud of dust that covers the target hex and all adjacent hexes for one turn, treating them as full cover for purposes of ranged attacks. Interesting. So you have healing, demoralize, poison. Blows dust in the face of anyone occupying 3 front-facing hexes, which inflict drugged. So yeah, you're supposed to be a bit of a frontline rogue sort of character. Interesting. Still, I don't think I want you all the way in the front. Let's put you here. You can go there. That should stop him. You are supposed to be a frontline character, in theory. Do I? Maybe something like that. Then we've got some flanks going on in both directions. And we should be able to step out and shoot with our bow. Yeah. Alright, you guys get your turn now. You managed to stun him. Well done. He looks like a big guy that would be hard to stun. Right. We're now in melee range. Not ideal. Okay. Let's start with you. Good hit. So yeah, you won't be able to death blow anyone because no one is incapacitated or immobilized. How do we immobilize people? I don't know. I could have her 3 front-facing hexes. It's not really clear exactly where that's going to target. Because if I click here, is it going to be those 2 hexes? Maybe. Let's try it. Yes. And that's a free action. Even better. I could demoralize all the ranged characters, which wouldn't be bad. Also, giving poison to some of my allies wouldn't have been a bad call either. But I can't really get over there. So we'll demoralize. Probably call that good for you. Huh. Right, you're stunned. We need to start taking out some of these characters. We're all individually attacking separate people, which is not the way to do this. Alright, you're nearly down. Kettle could attack, but he'd be hit with an attack of opportunity, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If I did a quick shot, he'd get hit. But he can't, because he'd be shooting through this guy. Still, I could shoot him twice. Might be worth it anyway. Take the hit to get 2 hits on him, which is a reasonable chance of taking him out. No, actually. Unless we crit. Yeah, maximum of 49 damage, and he's got 100 health. So we're gonna barely keep him alive. That is a shame. Other than that, I would have to move, taking the attack of opportunity, just so I could get a shot on anyone else. So yeah, let's just take the double shot on you. Yep. Some damage, not bad. There's 1 hit. Left him with 4 hit points. I think we are the last one to have an action, yeah. So I could stab you, taking you out, which is probably the smart thing to do. Yeah. Even though I'm primarily a bow user, just in a much better position there to use my knife. Do I feel like moving anyone? Yes, Kettle should move. Kettle can't move, right, because he did the quick attack. And anyone else moving would take an attack of opportunity besides Nefia. She could go here to get an attack of opportunity on this person, I think. I don't know if her reach actually grants attacks of opportunity, or if it still is the direct squares around her. Probably is the direct squares, because otherwise spears would be crazy powerful. Yeah. Probably never mind then. Yeah, I think we'll just leave things where they are. You guys get to have your turn now. Yep, Kettle's having a bad day. Suppose I could have moved her over just to be in half cover. That might have been a decent choice. Tactical move. Alright. Alright, let's start taking out some of these people. You're already decently injured. You're quite hurt. If we can get you taken out, she can move to someone else, like Kettle, and poison their weapon, which would be good. Or, you know, anyone else. So is there a way I can easily make that happen? Probably not. If I moved you over, can you nearly... Actually, most likely, kind of a 50% chance that the attack will be high enough to take you out. I'll chance that, rather than wasting Nefia and you. Okay. Perfect. Then we'll send you over to... Do we give it to ourselves or to Kettle, the poison? Let's go with us. Because Kettle's in a bad spot at the moment. I don't want to... Well, he's probably going to attack anyway. Let's be fair. Yeah, we'll give it to Kettle. He is the better archer.
Thanks.
Switch to a bow ourselves. We can take her out. Could I easily take you out if I moved? It's not really a reason not to move. I do have quick shot. Alright. If I did quick shot... 67... 55. The 55's not great. 67's pretty good. Let's give a shot on you. I can do 2 shots if I need to if the first one misses. It did not. And the 67's not bad. Apparently not good either. Alright, Kettle. You'll take another attack of opportunity, but now you've got a poisoned weapon. And you could do another quick shot. Might as well. These are non-lethal arrow shots to the neck. Don't worry. Then we still have you two. Would be nice if someone could get here to stop them. Oh, you're not a melee character. You're not going to rush up to Kettle. Okay, perfect. I was going to say if I could stop Kettle from continuing to get surrounded. But I think they're basically down to primarily just archers at this point. Alright. Let's get some flanking in. You can go there and there. Does that count as flanked? It doesn't, actually. I would count that as flanking. But I guess the game needs them to be directly adjacent, even though she has reach. Alright. That's all looking great. Send you over here to ruin that person's day. You can get a bit of cover. And you can get a bit of cover. And I'm happy with, yeah, Roskva and Gunnar's positions. So your turn. You are good with your stuns. Gotta say. Alright. You can't really attack from here because we're in full cover, so let's step around. You are super annoying. Ah, you have a shield, though. Not that I can see it. But you got a shield, which means you might block this attack. What's your block percentage? 27%. I'll give it a go. I hate you continuing to stun my people. There you go. Perfect. Rospa, can you give me venomous as well?
I'll help.
Thank you. That animation takes a while. Nope, he blocked that one. That's fair. Disappointing, but fair. I should probably take you out so that these people can get around. Because you can't move through ally squares and Nephew is not going to be moving. I guess you're not going to be able to take this person out this turn. So, Gunnar, I'll let you go as well. Oh, an interrupt. Okay. And a miss. Perfect. There we go. So we'll send you forward. Same with you. Then I guess I might as well throw you in some cover. And we'll move you forward to get a better shot. Yeah, something like that seems fine. More tactical moves. Man, that kid has basically spent most of the time just hiding. Almost feel bad. If I move you forward... Do you have the shots now? No. Do you need to get like all the way over to here to have an angle? That guy is in great cover. Oh, I guess I could have done a ranging shot to pull you out of cover. And in fact, I'm going to do a ranging shot because that will help my other archers as well. Still not good enough. We'll take a shot on you. Now for us, I do have the shot over here. Should have gone with a quick shot. Nah, it's fine. Can you attack over this log? That's the question, and I should probably find that out. Another interrupt. Ooh. You can. Okay. We beat a bunch of children. Well done. Okay, no degraded equipment, which is good. After the fight, the fallen get back on their feet. You can tell the kids learned a lot from their defeat. Ada's son gives you a respectful nod. Her boys have always been well behaved. Thank you for the fight, Alfjorn. Do you want to go again? I have business elsewhere. The kids get back in the ring and resume their own practice. And there are always people training here. Come back at any time if you want to try a new move in a safe environment. Okay. So we can get a bit of experience, but mainly I think it's focused on just a place to try things out. Alright, and then over here, we've got Hulda, the witch. We want to see if she has any ideas for upgrades for our town. What? I'm not putting garlic up my sheath. Suit yourself. It's the only remedy I know of. Sure. Hey, look, Sale, dear, my boy, or my dear. Yours is a face I don't see too often. Do you need old Hulda's help? How are you today? I expect I'll be heading into trouble soon. Can you give me a remedy against wounds? Anything that needs done around the place? That's what we're actually wanting to ask. You're short on herbs right now. Perhaps we could gather some. Also nice. How are you doing today? Oh, my old bones miss the summer, but I get by. How very nice of you to ask, sweetheart. I'll be heading into trouble soon. Can you give me a remedy against wounds? I would suggest if you expect to get wounded where you're going, just don't go. Ah, but I know there's no stopping you young men when your mind is made up. Alright, I'll see what I have. The old witch disappears briefly into her burrow. When she emerges again, she's holding 2 small cork jars. Try these, my dear. They'll numb you up, keep you on your feet until you're safe enough to get some real treatment. Is there anything you need done around the place? Let's see. We used to grow all sorts of herbs around here. The wet earth was perfect for it. So much for a plant to live on. But nowadays the herbs are gone, and Roskva has to go far into the forest in search of the right plants. I enjoy it, to be honest. Gathering herbs, I like the silence. I know you do, sweetie, but it takes so long. It would be easier if we could grow our own herbs again. Of course, there is another option. Instead of focusing on matters of the health, we might cater to matters of the spirit. The gods like sacrifice. Those who pay tribute to the spirits and the gods are favored in battle. You might offer the gods more sacrifices out here, in the bog. Oxen, horses, people, perhaps in due time. Probably not people. I mean, maybe people. This is Vikings. I don't know. The spirits congregate in this place, and they will appreciate such offerings. Be certain of that. She also does seem a lot more together than when we last saw her. Like, her referring to Roskva as, I know you do, sweetie. Sweetie. Compared to last time while she was just like, you liar, blah, blah, blah. So this is her when she's more stable, clearly. If you're short on herbs right now, perhaps we could gather some. What's that? Is the Thane himself offering to go foraging for me? Things sure have changed since your father was in charge. Is that positive or negative? If you're serious, you can pluck some flowers for me around the village. I'll use them to make you something special for your trouble. Wilted flowers. We've already collected what we could see around town. I'm short on 3 different plants, all flowers that bloom year-round. One grows on the beach, one grows near the graves, and the third is usually found near animals. I've already picked some of those flowers. The old witch cackles like an old door in need of grease. Let me see. Those are the ones. Now, why would you go around picking flowers off the graves unbidden, Never mind. Give her the beach flowers. I have the flowers from the beach. Very good. This is a rugged little thing. It takes real grit to grow in that salty sand. And here are the flowers from the grave. Yes. It's good to remember that death always begets new life. Are these the flowers you said grow near animals? Perfect. This is a pretty little flower, don't you think? Not the kind of thing you'd expect to grow out of a pile of dung. Here, take this flask as promised. This drink will wake you right up if you're feeling sluggish. Just don't overdo it. I'll swing by once in a while. Okay, so either a place to grow herbs for more medicine or a spiritual center. Both are reasonable. We do have more valuables at this point. When everything cost 500 and we only had 500, that was a bit of a tall order. But it feels like I should be doing some upgrades. But all we could do right now that we can afford is either an upgrade to the farms to boost our prosperity. I guess, do these do anything besides just boosting prosperity and power? I mean, one of them mentioned that it helps out, or it brings in traders. Yeah, the market. Prosperity and a new trader. Or power and 50 valuables weekly. Huh. Valuables is a thing I need. But does a trader also give valuables? Rations or herbs? Okay, so these are actually giving other things. The thing, the moor, and the blacksmith actually give bonuses. The rest just give number bonuses, it looks like. Yeah. So those are the ones I'd want to save up for. But you need more wood. Yeah, they all need 50 wood. 75 wood. Okay, I'll hold off until we get more wood, I think. So what else is there to do? We want to talk to Nephia's family, which was over here, I think. Probably. Because her sister is sick. Nephia's mother, Bjordis, comes out of the bedroom when she hears the door open. She looks tired. Oh, Alfborn. Did Nephia ask you to come? Just wanted to see how you and Ifura are doing. The names are going to be a big struggle forever. That's very kind of you. Ifura is a little better today, I think, but she's still very sick. With all this trouble we've had lately, nobody has had time to go out and get more medicine for her. What sickness ails your daughter? A terrible deep cough, a slight but constant fever. My poor girl has been bedridden for weeks. Is there nothing that Hulda can do? She does her best when her mind is with her. Hulda is wise, but she is limited with her age. Because I've healing one, do you want me to take a look at her? She doesn't sound hopeful exactly. You can try, of course. I know you have experience with medicine, but this is nothing as straightforward as a wound. Where do you normally get her medicine? The Gaidya in Reba knows how to treat this disease. We've tried a concoction made by her before, and it seemed to help. She buries her face in her hands, her voice breaks up. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Been to Reba recently. If my duties take me there again, I'll bring back some medicine. Or I'm headed there soon. I'll bring back some medicine. Are we headed there? I don't think we No, we do have plans. I think we need to go there to look for more people for our ship. So we are planning to go there. So I'm headed there soon. I'll bring back some medicine for her. There's a smile in her voice that her face is too tired to show. We would be in your debt if you can manage it. I will, of course. So we can look at a couple of things. Oh, there is in fact a stealing icon. Interesting. Bjordis is regarded as the best weaver in town. This loom has dressed half the clan. Nephia and Eifura share a bed. A pile of Nephia's equipment is stashed under the frame like a shameful secret. Eifura is buried under several layers of pelts. She rolls over to face you and sits up groggily when she sees who you are. She manages a rather pale smile. Oh, hey, Alfbjorn. Are you here to check up on me? That's sweet of you. How are you feeling? Wanted to wish you a speedy recovery, or you should be more like your sister. Wow, no. How are you feeling? As if on cue, Eifura breaks into a raw, painful cough. It takes her more than a minute to recover. I've been better, but I'm still alive. Nephia's voice is soft and full of concern. You better stay that way, little rabbit. I'll be very angry with you otherwise. Eifura gives off a weird cough giggle. Are you trying to terrify me into getting well? Come here, you. Nephia sits carefully on the edge of her sister's bed and holds her hand. I promised your mother I'll get you some medicine, or mind if I take a closer look at you? With our healing. Eifura gives you a curious look. Sure, go ahead. You rest the back of your hand on her forehead, feeling her fever against your skin. It's not the worst fever you've ever felt, but it If it's lasted for several weeks, it's no small wonder she's so tired. With your ear against her chest, you can hear a rattle when she draws breath, undoubtedly some infection of the lungs. I promised your mother I'll get you some medicine. Ifira's voice is so soft and mild it sounds like she's dozing off. That's very kind of you. I know she'd go herself, but she's no one else to look after me. Yeah, Mom needs to stay here and take care of you. We'll handle it. You should get some sleep. I don't know if there's anywhere else that we're supposed to go while we're here in town before we head out. I'll see if there's any other buildings we can get into. Is that one... Okay, that's a building we can enter. That's our home, of course. And then I don't think we could enter Hulda's place, no. Looks like here, and we didn't even talk to this person either, I don't think. So, let's first head into this building. I guess this is Sigurdar's home. Probably. Which means this is Kettle's home? I think he stays with them. For a hunter's meal, this stew looks and smells surprisingly unappetizing. Clearly all the good meat is sold to others. Okay, we could actually loot from here. A layer of pine tar from the kiln outside still covers the inside of this barrel. Leotar makes the tar to sell to the neighboring villages. Kettle sometimes sleeps in your longhouse when Sigurdar and Leotar need some private time. That is fair. I guess let's do some looting, because it's not stealing. Okay. There was armor. I should check to see if anyone needs that. Particularly now that we've gotten a few more people in our herd. Maybe some of them could benefit from some of the gear we're carrying. So if we look at armor, we've got the hide armor, which is less DR for melee but more for ranged, and penalizes our movement, but that's the same as where we already were. That is just a straight upgrade for Gunner. Huge upgrade for you. Not that that's a major surprise. You're not a frontline character. I should focus on probably our frontline characters, which is going to be mainly him as our tank. So we'll give you the hide armor. I think the cloth armor was worse for basically everyone. That is actually better than what she has. And if we repaired it, because its durability is down, when repaired it'd be even better, probably. As for weapons, everything is a bit degraded. So we can't sell these, at least talking to the blacksmith, there wasn't an option to sell, but we could potentially break them down into resources to then craft our own gear. I wonder if that's what we're supposed to do. Move faster for 3 turns. Restores 30 to 40 hit points at the end of every turn for 3 turns, but slows the user by 2 moves while the effect lasts. Being slowed is a problem, but healing could be very valuable. Let's get these on some of our frontline characters so that they need a tank, they just can. I don't know about the extra movement. We have the mead, right? Increases strength for 3 turns. Yeah, I don't think there's any circumstance where I'd want to use that. Maybe give that to Gunnar, because he's all about strength. Alright. I think that was the... everything up there. So let's come down here and talk to Adis, and then go into their home. You find Adis next to her farmhouse, holding a headless hen in one hand and a knife in the other. The ground around her is covered in feathers.
Ho there! What brings you kids out here? Don't tell me Ranvai's sow chose this moment to give birth.
Rangvaig. I need to get more used to the name pronunciation, because that's where I struggle. I feel like I'm missing some important context here. Pregnant sows are the last thing on my mind right now. I feel like I'm missing some important context here. Silly sow is ready to give birth any day now, promising Rangvegs I'll lend a hand when it happens. Only, I'm in the middle of plucking a hen for dinner. Anyway, what brings you out here if it's not the sow? I want to ask you about one of the stories you told when we were children. Oh, this is the person we're talking to about the tomb that potentially is full of loot. Ada smiles wistfully, brushing a few wayward feathers off her apron. Ah, been so long. Hope I can remember. What do you need to know? You told us of a gravesite in a hill once, where an ancient king was buried with all of his treasure. You recognize the gleam in Adis's eyes from your childhood. That story, yes. They said the tomb was protected by dwarves or elves or other such underground creatures. The elves are underground creatures? Okay. That horrible vengeance would befall any who dared to breach its sanctity. Do you know if it's real? Dwarves or elves, you're joking. I don't like the sound of that. It's not wise to meddle in such things. Do you know if the tomb is real? Seen it myself. Traveled through there with Alvalder when we had just been married, on our way here to start our family. Spent a night in a small hamlet at the base of the hill, where I heard of the treasure and the creatures that protect it. Why are you asking about this now? I'm preparing an expedition and I need treasure I can trade for supplies. Don't worry about that, just tell us how to get there. I'll be honest. I'm preparing an expedition and I need treasure that I can trade for supplies. Adis looks intrigued. Where goes the journey? Isles across the sea. The stories tell of unprotected coasts and great riches. I now have additional questions. The woman finally puts down the chicken. She wipes her hands on her apron. Tell you what, let me come with you to the grave. Be easier if I simply show you the way. What about your sons? Do you know how to defend yourself? What about your sons? They're old enough to look after the farm in my absence, and they've got their aunt and great uncle to help them if there's trouble. Do you know how to defend yourself? I've little training, if that's what you mean, but I'm no frail old lady. Alvalder left a helmet and a shield for his sons, but they fit me just as well. We'll bring an axe. I think that'll cover it. If you wish to join, you're welcome. Great. Meet you at the edge of the village when it's time to leave. For now, though, really must finish this hen. Okay. Skirninge revealed on the map, and Adis has joined our herd. Doesn't sound like she's much of a fighter, but this game does benefit from camp skills, and she probably has those. Thorvalder. Hey Alfbjorn, if you're looking for my mom, she's not home right now. I mean, she's outside. But while I'm here, I'm gonna check what you've got in your pots. And take your honey. That's all you have to say? His name's Golden, so I thought he would be... Thorkel said he'd be out training the kids. If you have time, I'm sure they could learn a lot from you. The Golden name made me assume that he would have more dialogue, but it's just one-line statements. Alright. I think that's everything in town. So where is the nearest waypoint off the map. Right there next to us. Well, that's easy enough. But I think that's where we're going to end the episode today. Next time we'll head off the map and see where that takes us. I think we're going to the forest to talk to our uncle about some wolves and look for trees to make a boat. And maybe find the thrall's missing item. I think that was also in a forest. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.